Welcome back to my channel. My name is Deborah Smith. I am the owner of DD Logistics, a women-owned small business freight broker business. Today we're going to touch on a topic, and that is profit margins. I've been showing you a lot on how to build a brokerage and start a brokerage, but now we're going to start talking about how to make profit and big money. Are you leaving money on the table as a freight broker? In this video, I'm going to show you how to maximize your profits and your margins. After this video, every load you book should be profitable. Every single load. I've been in the trucking industry for 5 years, and I feel this video is really needed. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, and opposed to what I knew then and what I know now is very different from the standard that most brokers know. So today we're going to talk about profit margins and how to win these loads and consistently keep freight moving down your pipeline so you can make big profit margins and good money as a broker. I'm also not going to overcomplicate this process. I'm going to make this very simple, very easy. I see a lot of brokers that are overcomplicating this process, and it should not be that way. So your shipper is going to come to you. Usually it's via email or it can be a phone call. They're going to ask you to quote a lane. A lane is Buffalo, New York to Leesburg, Florida, and we talked about that previously. If you don't know what a lane is, go back to some of my previous videos and take a look. When the shipper reaches out to you, they're going to ask you for a price. They're going to give you the commodity. They're going to give you the weight of the load, and they're going to give you the time frame. ETA on delivery, ETA on pickups. Okay? They're going to give you a good amount of information for you to be able to book the load properly and also rate it properly so you have all the information that you need. Once they give you the information, you're going to come back to your shipper with a price. In this video, these are just examples. These numbers do not exist. Please keep that in mind, okay? So you're going to charge your shipper, Buffalo, New York to Leesburg, Florida, $4,000. That is the price that you're giving your customer as a broker. Now, when it is time to book the load, you're going to reach out to a carrier and ask them, what has Buffalo to Leesburg, Florida been moving for? You want to get that information first, let them know the commodity, the weight, and the time frames, okay? So you're going to pay your carrier $3,000. All right, so follow me. In between that, you're paying your shipper $4,000. You're paying your carrier $3,000. That leaves a $1,000 margin in between for you. That is a 25% profit margin. That is a high margin. New brokers should be charging 12 to 18% margins. Okay? Do not undercut under 15. You bring value, okay? A broker brings value, they bring strategy. They are smart in their approach, and you should never be undercutting yourself on a margin, okay? You should not be walking away from a load and losing or taking an L. You should be making some kind of profit on your freight. Brokers are very strategic and they're very helpful in the supply chain process. Do not undercut yourself, okay? Do not undercut yourself. Make sure you are making a profit because your value is needed in this industry. Please, please keep that in mind. A 25% margin is a little high. Like I said, it is for seasoned brokers, brokers who have been in the game a little over 5 years. But my thing is, and I'm going to stick by this, and I've said this so many different times, it is about volume. Okay? You can move one load and make $1,000. Yay! I clap for you. But can you move 15 loads and make $1,000 profit at 15K? Can you do that based off of the value that you provide? That is the game. Okay? It's nice to move one load for a shipper. Yay, you got it done. But can you do it 20 times? Can you do it 30 times in 1 month? That is the game of a freight broker. It's volume. You don't want to step in and move one load. The first load is to prove yourself that you can do this. Showing the shipper, hey, I can do this. You gave me a load that was tough. I moved it. Carrier got there on time. Everything went well. Then they're going to move slowly into giving you more freight. It is up to you as a broker to prove that you can run this game and you can do this. It is a numbers game, and you want to make sure you're moving high value freight but also consistently moving high volumes. Okay. And that might not happen in the beginning of your career. And it's okay. It's going to take time to get to that point where you're moving high volume. During the conversation with the shipper, there's also things that you can ask, like, what is your target rate? What have you been moving this lane for in the last 30 days? And there's tools that are going to help you, like DAT. DAT is going to tell you what this lane has been moving for in the last 30, 60, 90 days. But don't be afraid to ask the shipper to really strike up a conversation and say, hey, what has this lane been moving for in the last 30 days? Sometimes they will tell you, other times they won't, and that's okay. But then you have a target rate that you can go off of that is much better than just kind of breezing in the wind. A broker needs to show how you can reduce a shipper's headache. What can you take off of that shipper's plate in order for them to not have this big headache and this big unorganized plate that they have in front of them on a daily basis? You need to figure out how you can reduce the headache for them. You also need to get strategic with your negotiating. Negotiating is one of the top things that you're going to work on as a broker. You're going to negotiate with shippers, you're going to negotiate with carriers, you're going to negotiate with lumber companies. You need to look up some videos, and every time I make a video, I always get like a light bulb moment that I need to touch on that topic. Negotiation, it has to be strong, okay? Because people can smell that within the industry. If you don't have a strong negotiation tactic, you can potentially not make high profit margins. And I don't want that for you. I want you to win. I want your profit margins to be high, and I will be clapping for you the whole way. At some point in your career, you will be able to negotiate multiple loads for a premium rate. You will not have to just move one load. But that will not be until you start building some rapport with multiple shippers. Because you're not just going to have one shipper. You should always have 10 plus. Okay? Because anything can happen at any time. And I'll give you a little story time. I had a shipper that was in Buffalo, New York, and they were in business for over 75 years. Okay? One day they decided to get bought out by another company, and this was probably negotiated years ahead of time. Who knows? All I know is that the profit margin I was making with this shipper was amazing. But one day they decided to close their doors about a year in. And if I didn't have other shippers lined up, 6, 7, 8, 9 other shippers that I was working with, that could have potentially drowned my company. You need to have more than one broker. I'm sorry, more than one shipper. More than one shipper is very important. Do not, negotiate with one shipper and make that your only source. That is not a good move. You want to have multiple shippers at one time so that consistently down your pipeline, you are making high profit margins. Okay? I want you to ask questions as well. I'm here to educate, I'm here to inspire, and I'm here to encourage. And you all know that based on being on my channel for so long. So ask questions. If there's anything I didn't touch in this video that you want to know about, please reach out in the comments below because I am active and I will respond. One huge takeaway: do not shortcut yourself. Brokers play a huge role in the logistics industry. Do not shortcut yourself. Do not walk away from loads and take a loss. Do not stay in the red. Every load you move should be in the green. Big profit margins. And they might not start that way, but profit margins matter. That is how you're going to make big, big money within the industry. Like and subscribe for more. I did not want to overcomplicate this process. I wanted to make it short and sweet. If you learned something, comment below. If you have questions, comment below, and I'm always here to answer them. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.